Hi, folks. Let me know when you're here. Oh, we are live. Somebody speak to me.
Hiya.
Hi, Harry. You're only one at the minute. Nobody's going to talk to me tonight. I think I'll go on to a different colour. Hi, speak to me. I know somebody's watching me. I can see. Just don't know who. Hi, Diamond Painting. Hi. I thought I was going to be a Lonely Hearts Club. Oh, dear. Hope you're doing well. Thought your Dreamcatcher was absolutely gorgeous that you did that special one. Beautiful. Wouldn't mind having that one myself, actually. I'm just randomly sticking them on now. But I don't get many done. Crystal Wolf. Wow. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Caroline. Hope you're all okay. Crystal Wolf. Is that the white one? I'm not sure if I've not seen that. I think I have. I've only done one wolfy one. It was two wolves sort of howling, or one was howling. It's turned out beautiful, mine, but it's the only one I've done of a wolf. I've done mostly owls, but this is my baby, what I'm doing now. I am loving it. You can't see it very well from there. When there's a few more on, I'll zoom out and let you see it properly. It's gorgeous, this one. It's turned out a lot better than I hoped it would, really. Especially when I realised it was a kind of natural trouble I'd had. But this one's been absolutely brilliant. There's no problems so far as yet of pop. Oh, I've just said that, and I've just noticed I've lost one there, look. And it just happens I'm on that colour. Yeah, it wants rolling. It's there are one or two that are a bit high, but hello, darling. Laura. Glad you could make it. Lynn, I've enjoyed doing this, every bit of it, every single one. It's just amazing. I'm loving it. And I'll zoom out because if I can get my camera up, wait, I get the camera up and I'll zoom out for you. If it'll let me. It's going to tell me camera's busy. Come on, it's not going in. Open up and sesame. I wonder why it's not letting me in. Oh. Well, that's odd. It's not letting me, won't even shut down now. Oh, hang on. There's something happening now. I think so too. Right, we just want to zoom out a bit, that's all. Don't know whether you can see. Oh, there you go. What about that? What about that? Isn't it gorgeous? I love it. Absolutely love it. I'm just doing this top of his head here now. His first ear. I turn it around that way. You can see what I'm doing, but that way you can see. I know, ain't you lovely, Caroline? I'm loving it. I was right excited when I ordered it. And I just remembered it's sort of growling or snarling. And oh, wow. It's everything I wanted and more. It's just beautiful, isn't it, Laura? I love it. I'm really chuffed with this. This is definitely going on one of our walls. I don't know where. If Harry had his way, probably the toilet wall. What? Dustbin. Not going in dustbin at all. I've got a missing one. Put one in. There we go. There's just one or two of these drills. They're not an awful lot. I mean, you can see that one's a very big one. I'm going to take that one out, I think, because that is, where's it gone? That is bigger than the others. And it's pushing them out. Oh, that's better. Yeah, I just need a smaller black one. I'll put one in a bit. Yeah, I think it's mostly the black ones that are, one or two of them are a bit big. And like, I noticed that last night, that it was pushing them out a bit. And it looks a lot better now. Although, they look as if they're all on edge. Odd. Hi, Kathy. Glad you could make it. Put that up there somewhere out the way. And then I can see to alter. Hi, Janet. Glad you could make it. Right. I don't know whether... Shall I bring you in again just so that you can see what I'm doing, or would you rather see him than me? Just bring him in a bit closer for you. Well, we've been to the vets with Rosie today. And he's not too worried about her skin. He's given us some more of the special, well, he ain't give it. We got another bottle of the shampoo at £25 a bottle. Harry don't think it's doing anything. I do, to be honest. But it's got to be in, and he's put her on antibiotics again, which he wasn't really keen on the idea. But it's like he said, the only thing that really changed was the fact that she came off antibiotics. So, and because it's come back in such a big flare-up, he thinks that she should go back on them a bit. So, bless her, she's on extra tablets now. He gave her a steroid injection to try and speed it up a little bit, get it going into a system. And we wanted some Frontline for her. We get the vet one, we don't buy it from supermarkets after all the horrible things that have been happening with poor little animals. So he said, because she's having 3 baths a week due to this skin problem, we were washing the Frontline away. it's you know, it's different if you're only bathing them like once a month or whatever. But 3 times a week, it's not giving it a chance to do any good. So it says there's a tablet you can have. One tablet lasts 3 months. So I said, oh, okay. £33 for one tablet. Oh my God. Jeez. So that was the first. Then they had the antibiotics back on, had the shampoo back on, and what else? Oh, a steroid, prednisolone thingies. And consultation fee, £113. Do you know how many diamond paintings that would get me? Do you realise? I'm really, I'm thinking, oh my Lord. Yep, £113. But really, we can't complain. Well, we can, but it won't do us any good. But when I think back, the vets that we used to take her to, who had not done anything to get her right, we've been with for 4.5 years with no improvement. If anything, just got worse. And they were charging us £47 just to walk through the door every time. Well, this vet doesn't. Its consultation fees the minor one. Once he's seen her and get him a good, you know, a good look over. It's 30. It was £37 if you know, for the first consultation, and after that it's £16.99, and that's a bit different to £47 every time. So that's the saving grace of going there. And she did improve vastly when we started taking her there. And I'm sure it just that she came off. I think it was because she came off the antibiotics too soon. I'm hoping that she's not got to have them for the rest of her life, because that's going to be expensive apart from anything else. And not very pleasant for Rosie, because she hates tablets. Hi, Danielle. I've not heard from you. Are you coming over to see me before Easter? I need this. I need to know this. Yes, so just fingers crossed now that this booster will do a hi, Jane. We don't have doggy insurance. She's too old anyway now, Jane. She's 9. I don't think after 7 you can get insurance. Might be wrong about that, but that's what it used to be. But I don't know about now. But we don't have doggy insurance. We don't mind so much paying it if it's working. This is the thing. What was annoying us, and the reason we left the other vets, was that we've been going for 4.5 years without any improvement. Whereas she'd only been to him once. He changed the steroids that she was on, put her on antibiotics, and we were bathing her 3 times a week in this nearly every other day actually, in this shampoo, what they sell, which is expensive. But within a fortnight, we saw a difference from a skin glowing red to normal pink within a fortnight. And whoa. The breakup on Friday, Danielle. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you're going to come at the weekend then? On Sunday? Gosh, I've not seen you for ages. way before Christmas. I'm not kidding. Oh, so like I say, we're hoping now that things might pick up again for her. And I think as well, I gave her, Harry gave her a shower on, oh, we have to do each shower, we've only got a shower. Harry gave her a shower on Saturday. I cut her hair. She just looked like I'd run lawnmower over her. I can't, I'm nobody's groom, you know, I won't give up the day job because I'm no good grooming. And we cut her hair, we cut her nails, but not before she got me first. I was gonna get on with me water feature on Saturday until she cut me hand. Bless her. I mean, she obviously doesn't do it on purpose, but she fights us all the way when we're trying to clip her nails and cut her fur. She just don't like it at all. And I'm sure that groom never used to have all this trouble. But because she's in a state like she's in, we don't want to take her to a groomers because apart from the filthy look she get, you know, they're thinking you're neglecting her. Oh, I see what you mean, Jane. Um, yeah, but like I say, we've never had insurance out on dogs because the way that it works, really, they're only insured for the young life. Vaccines aren't covered. Your annual vaccines aren't covered, and not very often that young dogs get really sick. So you're paying all this money into an insurance, and by the time they do start getting ill, they're no longer insured. So it just seemed a bit pointless. And when we were in Spain, I mean, I've said this many times, but it's fact. The veterinary care in Spain is second to none and by far cheaper than here by a long way. We were taking Rosie every day, going on a drip, actually in the vet's office, for an hour every day, insulin injections, and the best care you can imagine. It cost us €6 a day. That's less. That's about it. At that point, you're about a fiver. You can't get that here. There were no consultation fees every time we went. They were just amazing. Now, if they can do it here, even medication, even when they gave you medication to bring home, you didn't get a big bill. It was so cheap out there. And I don't know. I know when we got ready for taking Phoebe and Sally, my mum's dog, with us over to Spain, we had to go and get them. They had to go and be vaccinated for rabies, and then we had to wait 6 weeks before we got a passport to make sure that when they had the blood test at 6 weeks that the rabies vaccination had taken. Then you get a certificate, which again you have to pay for, and then you get your passport for dog. And then bringing them back, well, we didn't bring Phoebe back because Phoebe passed away, but we brought Rosie back, but she didn't have a passport. We actually got her vaccinated for rabies before we came back. Thank goodness, because that would have cost us a small fortune here again. Whereas, as it were, she got to go into quarantine for 6 months, 5 months or 6 months. Not sure now, but we went and visited her every weekend so that she won't forget us, and she didn't want her to think we didn't love her. And Harry would get down on 10th floor and play with her. I couldn't, obviously, but she'd come up on my knee for a bit. They always put me a chair in so I could sit down, and they were really good. But that were over £2,000, you know, that's a lot of money. So she's definitely needs to be worth it, doesn't she? My goodness. And then we've been into town, brought her back, dropped her off, popped back into town shopping, and we've seen a little dog, absolutely identical to Phoebe's. It must have been a little girl, because girls have got softer faces than a male Westie. Most dogs in male line have got a squarer face, and the females have more often got a softer face. Whereas a Westie dog's got a boxy looking face. She's got a slender nose, and it just looked like it looked like Rosie, Phoebe. And yeah, I've got photographs of Phoebe, and she looked like Rosie. It's right strange that. I find that really unusual. We haven't got one, Jane, near us. Hi, Sun and Moon Hearts, lovely to see you. No, we haven't got a PDSA around here at all. In fact, apparently there was a vet in town somewhere. We never did find it. And it literally shut down last week. Well, last week, a week before, there were a thing upon. We have like this neighbourhood website you can go on to. And actually, we've got there's two now that we're in. One's literally, it says Rhodesia neighbourhood, which is where we live. And there's also one like Gateford and Worksop. Well, Gateford is just Gateford Road, which is just a bit further over. And it was on there, and I thought, wow, vets have shut down, and hopefully staff get jobs somewhere else quite quick, because just before summer holidays, you don't want to be losing your job, do you? Poor things. And he was the one that sort of, he was cheaper than other vets, but he weren't as cheap as PDSA. Well, PDSA don't charge you, just donate, don't you? But you know, I used to go to PDSA at one time, years and years and years ago. But you got to be on benefits to get the veterinary care done cheaper. So we always ended up having to pay, but it still weren't as expensive as what the vets are. So, but hopefully, we're hoping that she starts picking up a little bit better again now. So, but she's ever such a good little soul. She doesn't, she don't complain, and she's not mardy ever. She just goes quiet. She's quiet now, and I think it's that injection that she's had today, because she's not had one for ages. See, the thing is, like they have the the triple jab every year booster. Rosie can't have those while she's like she is, apparently. They don't want to give her that because They want to get her right first. Well, it's a good job she doesn't mix with other dogs, because she's not had any annual injection now for the last 5 years, thereabouts, because of this skin complaint. So that's how long it's been going on. But he's seen her again today, the nice vet, and hopefully. Oh, that looks like a big one as well. Having that one off. Good grief, where'd it go? Where'd that go? I don't know, it shot off somewhere. Didn't want that on. It was good. So yeah, you've still got to watch out for the bigger ones then. You know, there are 1 or 2 in. But if I spot them and I can see that they're like very big, I'll whip them off again quick. Oops. But I didn't have that option with the flower one that I did, because I would never have had enough drills. They were all over the place, those. Whereas it does seem to be mostly the black. But there's just 1 or 2 of the other colours, but not many. And they always give you more than you need anyway, don't they? Unless you're like me, chuck them all over the floor every day. Oh, at times I've done that. On my hands and knees after drills, thinking I've got to pick them all up and put them in the right box, because I might not have enough to finish painting. Oh, good grief. I don't know. And oh yes, Caroline, you were talking about phones and things last night, weren't you? And I said, oh, remind me. Yeah, changing or getting rid of unwanted phones. Right, Mum were living on her own. She got Alzheimer's, and she got a phone call from, now I don't know exactly, and I can't remember exactly how they worded it, but it wasn't British Telecom, it was Telecom something, right? And my mum, bless her, and she was living on her own at that time, my mum thought it was BT. And she thought that they was going to give her a new phone for the house, or sell it to. She got to pay for it. So, of course, thinking she's got to, she agreed and gave her all the details over the phone, like you do. And it came the next day. It was a flaming, it was a mobile phone, and it weren't Telecom. It weren't British Telecom. What's the code for the colours? Do you mean on your diamond paintings, Naomi? If you've not got it, if it's not numbered 1 to 40 down here, hang on, let me see if I can make it so that you can see what I'm talking about. Right. Down here, nearest to painting, mine's numbered 1 to 40. And then the next line is your symbol. And you've got, and on your baggies or whatever you've got them in, I have mine in these and I number them 1 to 40, right? And then I look on here what symbol I'm doing. I'm doing T at the minute, so I look on here for T. It's number 3, so I get my number 3 box, and then pop them in my tray, and you put them on all your T's or whatever. So if you wanted, if you got, where are we? Let me have a look. A P. I've got a bit of confetti in here. P. I look down my list and I look for letter P, which is there, number 9. So I get my number 9 out. You've got to set your bags or your boxes or whatever you've got your drills in. I would suggest, if you can, putting them into a container rather than bags. But I know people do work with baggies and they do work for them. So I did when I first started, but I kept, when I were opening them, you know, the Ziploc bags, I didn't get on with them very well. So, but you need to make sure that they're in bags that's got your numbers down the side. And if you've not got that number on your chart, usually you've got an itinerary which will give you that number on. Have I got an itinerary here, an old one? Let me look. I have, look. Yeah, here. On this diamond painting I did, it shows you a picture and it tells you on here numbers 1 to 30. And then it tells you a symbol. And that is always the number I work with. Your DMC code down there is your third one. And that's if you're storing them away anyway, you want to store them in order, you just store them with them numbers and they are the DMC code numbers. And then this number here down this part is telling you exactly how many of that colour there is on the painting. And that will tell you how many packets of each colour that you've got. But I find it easiest, mark everything 1 to whatever, 1 to 30 with this, and then follow that on there. So you look for your whatever G, number 14, get your number 14 and put them on. If that's what you mean, I hope it is anyway. Hi, Bobby. Nice to meet you. See you, I mean. Nice to meet you. I'll be getting a name for myself. Hi, Wendy. Glad you could make it. Haven't missed anybody. Hello, everybody. I don't know. Is that what you meant, Naomi? I don't. Oh, it is. Right. Okay. Did you understand that? Because it was jumbled. What I would like is I would like some containers like this. These are ideal, except you see that. Oh, you can't see that way. Can you see that way? No. Can you see? Okay, see how lids are coming up. They don't close. They don't. Ouch. They don't actually fasten them. Some of them don't go down. They're damn nuisance. I've just stabbed myself. It nips me. There must have been a sharp bit on that and it dug in me. Yeah, so I like those that, I've just watched a lady tonight crafting with anxiety. She's got some boxes, there's 28 in, and inside each box, there's 28 little tube boxes with lids in the actual box. Similar to that, but the square boxes, they're not these. And that's what I would like, proper little boxes that shut. But actually, I don't know what, I think it was actually Laura mentioned, if you've got any medicine bottles, that is a DMC. Is the code the same for the colour, whether you're doing a picture or another one? Yeah, it's yeah. If you've got DMC like 310, which is black, so I've got M is 310. That's black, and it'll be 3. If you've got a black, if they give you DMC numbers on any others, they're all same. You can put them all in the same pot. But if you've not got the DMC code on your painting anywhere, it doesn't mean necessarily that it's the DMC. So, you know, I will keep them separate, store them separate. Don't store them, don't put them into a one where you've got the DMC code. If you've not got a code, don't use them for that. See, I've got in my craft room, I've got piles now, little boxes with pots in, and I've got DMC number. I've got packet from you can get these from Amazon, DMC numbers, the little stickers with DMC code numbers on. And I've got little pots, and I put all DMC numbers of the ones that I've actually got left over. So if I get any left over from this, like me 310, I can put them straight into my box that's already got some in that I've had from left over from another one. But if you don't get a DMC number, don't add them to your other because they're not supposed to be DMC and they're not the same colour, unless you want to, of course. But I think one or two people have putting them into bottles and things and making them look nice. You know what I mean? Like you would a sand if you got different coloured sands in a bottle that look really nice. Can you do that? Oh, did you not know that, Wendy? Well, you know, I mean, I've only learned it from, you know, watching others. Not, you know, I'm not Mrs. Know-it-all, really. I just remember these things. Why has everything gone weird here? 33, 32, 31, 39, 40. Right, 29. That's number 1. What am I on? Number 3. Where's my 30? 31 to 40. 21, 22, 12, 11. It's all right. All my boxes have been jubbling themselves around. How dare they? Yeah, so I've learned from all the other ladies. I mean, if you something you don't know, just ask one of these ladies. They are amazing. Anybody will help you out on that. If I don't know, I'll pass you on to some that probably will know. But there's always somebody happy to help you. I tell you what, I found, I mean, I've got friends in crafting community and I've got friends in diamond painting community. And there's a lot less backbiting in the diamond painting community. Honest to God, there is. They're lovely people. I mean, there's most people are lovely in craft, but you do get some that aren't. Some really not nice people. I know because I've had a bit backlash myself a couple of times. I've not let it bother me like, but I just unsub. That's my answer, just unsub. That's another biggie. It looks like it's a big one again. Wow, it's a wowzer. Get off. Ow. It's a lively little devil, that one. Where's it gone? I'll probably find it in the morning. Oh, it's there. It doesn't look that big off, but oh, I don't know. They've got little minds of their own. These things that were big. I tried for it side by side, you know. Oh no, that was better. And sometimes I think, well, they don't look any different, but when you try and get them on here, they do. They are different. You can tell. It's amazing. It's so small a difference, but when you're trying to get them all to fit on. Oh, have you still got flu so full? Oh. Oh, I hope you get rid of that soon. It's miserable. It really is. And this, have you not had any trouble, Lynn, with your light pad? This has been sending me signals now. If I turned itself off twice, excuse me, it went off altogether. and I'm having to jiggle this wire that's actually in the fixed wire that's in the light pad itself. I'm having to jiggle that about to get it to come on. And then I've got a clip at the top. I don't know if you can see that from there, but there's a clip. Here, I've got a clip holding that wire on that corner so that it holds it still. But even then, it's still got a bit dimming itself and springing back to life again. And I've I messaged Saturday. I sent a message on eBay to them saying that I'm not happy. I've got a flashing. You know, it's going on and off on its own. And obviously, I didn't expect to hear too much yesterday. But I thought I might have had a message back today, but I've not had anything yet. So, but I know they're made in China, but the actual warehouse they came from, the distribution was, I think, London or Middlesex. So it's down in UK. So they should be able to, you know, send me another one out. They can have this one back gladly, but I ain't paying postage. Not my fault. It's not working properly. And I don't know what I shall do if I have to send it back and wait. I'll have to fetch my little one back in, but yikes. To the side of this, I wonder what's hit me, won't I? I will. I mean, while it's working, it's brilliant. I love it. But I'm not paying all that money for a defective light pad. I refuse. It is, it's gorgeous, isn't he lovely? My handsome leopard. Wow. Fell in love with it as soon as I saw it on I actually bought it from the Huacan store on AliExpress. I went onto there and I bought two, I think. I mean, 2 or 3. I got a bit of a sale on, so I bought 2 or 3 at the same time. But I do like this one. I'm thrilled. I love how it's turning out. And I've watched it literally grow in front of me. Some of them you just keep going and keep going and keep going, don't you? But I watched this one develop, and I could see it all the while. Could see it coming to life. I love it when that happens. I had another one, another painting that did that one. Oh, I think it was them wolves. I did that one of those 2 wolves. That one was the same. Oh, it were amazing how it just seemed to come to life while you were doing it. It was brilliant. Oh, I'll show you this. I brought it in to show you. My cat on the moon. If I do that, will you see it all right? I framed it. Isn't it lovely? The only thing I'm a little bit unsure about is, look at its eyes. Its eyes look dead, don't you think? What do you think? Tell me what you think about their eyes. Because they look scary. They don't look pretty kitty. You know what I mean? Hi, Jennifer. Welcome. Anybody else? Sharon? Hi, Sharon. It is nice, but I just think the eyes don't do it justice somehow. And I don't know what I can do. Bye, Lynn. I just don't know what I can do about the eyes. But I love it in the frame. I think it is lovely. So that one's another one I got framed. I've got stacks I need to frame. Where am I at? Yeah. I'm going to change colour in a minute. I get a bit fed up now when I'm doing the same colour all the time. Oh, you see, that looks big. Oh, does it? Might be just where it's laying, you know. Because they don't look any different. Oh, did you see it then? It got brighter. I think it's got a I think it's got a demon spirit in it. Behave. I don't mean me leopard, I mean like that. I do. A silly thing. So I reckon another couple of nights with this might just get it finished. And then, and then what? Oh, I think I might start on my dragon, my big Chinese dragon. Oh, can't wait to get my hang on that. I love it. I do. Mind you, if this light pad has to go back, I won't be able to work on that because it's too big for a little light box. I keep calling it a light box. Yeah, I think it might be a bit awkward with a smaller light pad, so I don't know. So, oh, I was telling you about my mum with this telephone, weren't I? On that subject. Right, so the following day after this phone call, this phone arrived. And I always called up my mum on my way home from work on the Friday, and I'd had to work Saturday because it must have been a bank holiday weekend and we had to work Saturday morning. And I called up my mum's, and this, no, that's not right. She got the phone call Thursday. I called Friday. She got the phone. That was it. So, yeah. So I said, what you bought a mobile phone for? She said, I haven't bought a mobile phone. I said, Mum, this is a mobile phone. Yeah, but they said I'd got to get that. It's for house and all confused. And I said, no, Mum, this is a mobile phone. This is not a house phone. She said, well, I didn't want a mobile phone. But they said I got to have a phone. Hey, dear. Anyway, so I said, right. I said, you've got 14 days cooling off period. So I says, give it me and I'll ring them up tomorrow. It was too late to ring them up on Friday. So I rang up, I think, did I ring them up or what? I can't remember now. I know I rang twice. And they said that the guy who could deal with it was not working that day, but it'd be in the next day. So I rang the next day. And I were on for ages and ages and ages, talking to somebody who said they didn't understand what I was saying. And I said, it doesn't need any understanding. Somebody sold my mother, an old lady with Alzheimer's, a mobile phone over the telephone and she had no idea what she was buying. She doesn't need a mobile phone, and I'm sending it back, and I want her money back. Well, we need to speak to your mother. And I said, no, you don't. I said, no, you don't need to speak to my mother, because my mother has not got a clue what you were talking about. And apparently he was Indian. She said he sounded Indian. She wasn't sure. She said he sounded Indian. So in other words, it probably were an Indian call centre. So I was on the phone for, I think, a couple of hours on the Saturday. And then I tried again on Sunday, got no reply. And then they said they're getting to ring me on the Monday. And didn't get the phone call Monday. So I rang back for the third, I think the third time. I rang 3 times anyway. And they said they had no record of me ringing them about this phone. And I said, rubbish. I said, I was on the phone on Saturday for more than 2 hours. You can't tell me you've not got a record for that. We haven't. So I said, well, you might not have, but I have. It will be on my bank. It will be on my bank statement. That bank statement. It will be on my telephone statement. That my call statement. So I said, I'm going to have a record of it. I said, I want this money back for my mother, and you can have the phone back. Anyway, they were going to get somebody to ring me back again, and he never did, however. And then I rang up again, and again, they had no idea. It wasn't them, it wasn't their phone, all this. And they were saying we got the wrong company. So I haven't got a leg to stand on, really, basically. At the end of the day, they just wormed it round so it weren't them, and it weren't their phone. And then I think it got to the stage where we couldn't get them by phone at all. Phone was the phone number was what they call it, no longer in use, whatever it's called. I forget. I can't think. So yeah. So my mother bought a phone she didn't need. And it weren't long after that we decided that she was going to have to come and live with us, because it was getting bad. Bless her heart, she got herself into £11,000 worth of debt just because when she got a bank statement from a credit card, it had got this £11,000 balance on it, but it was deficit, not credit. She thought it was in credit. So she was blowing money left, right and centre thinking she could afford it. But they used to send her checks, you know, they used to send her 4 checks out from Halifax for a credit card. So she'd use that. And it took us nearly 7 years. Nearly 7 years to get that down. I had to cut she got all these charities, animal charities, for Dogs for the Blind, PDSA. She got about 5. She was paying out £40 a month just to charities. So I had to stop all them. We managed to pay off all the catalogues. She used to get that, J.D. Williams one. She had that one and another one. And she was buying stuff to get the free gift. I asked you, stuff she didn't need. She'd buy me a jumper to get a free gift, to give me a free gift. And I said, Mum, you know, I don't need things. You don't need to buy things to get me things. I'm fine. I said, you're getting yourself into debt. No, I'm not. And then I got a phone call from Claire. No, from my mum, crying that she got no money back. She more or less destitute. This was just before we fetched her to come and live with us. And I rang Claire up and I said, can you go round and see your nan, Claire, because she's getting herself in a state over money, and I don't understand what she's telling me, you know. And it weren't until, and she come back, she says, oh, Mum, she is in a mess. So this is when we decided that we were going to have to have her up living with us. We'd only been on his own, I think, 6 months. That was only time me and Harry had to ourselves, because before that we were looking after Harry's mum for 3 years. And then his mum passed away and we've got a little bit of time to ourselves. And then we had to have my mum with us. So, you know, so we'd had very little time. And I mean, poor old Harry got lumbered twice because there were 8 in. There were 8 of his family that could have done it, or should have done it, or could have helped to it, but nobody really wanted to. And we got the odd day off now and again to go to Coast for a day. We never had holiday while we were. Oh, we did have 1 week, didn't we? One fortnight holiday. That's all we had. So, and there were nobody really happy about going and looking after his mum, but they were happy for Harry to do it for now. So, bless her. But, you know, I mean, this is what annoys me. They prey on old people, these telephone sales. And then the other thing was that there were 2 phone episodes, not with my mum, one were us. While we've been here, I mean, we were with Tesco broadband, and they weren't bad. Price were good, and all that, but it was very slow. Oh, it was driving me nutty. So we had a look into fibre optics, and Talk were doing a really good deal. And it was like, if we changed over to Talk by such and such a date, we would get our broadband, fibre optic broadband, for £5 a month and the phone bill. And I said, wow, that is a good deal. But we got it for a year. We'd get that for a year, £5 a month. And we'd only had it 5 weeks, and we got a letter to say that it was going up to 20-some pounds a month. I thought, not on your bloody life, it's not. It's a contract. Their contract, they're the ones that set the contract out. We took it on that. Our Claire were going balm. She said, you're not paying it, are you? I said, bloody not, no. And they were trying to say it was going to cost us 400 and something pound to change suppliers. And I said, no, you broke the contract, your contract. Well, you've got to read fine print. And I said, just a minute. How many people do you know that literally sit and read that tiny, tiny print at bottom? That is no excuse. Your offer was for £5 a month for 12 months, and it should stay that way. She said, yes, but in that small print, it says that we have the right to change. And I said, well, I've got the right to change. If you can change your mind just like that and not cost anything to you, same for us, we can, and we won't be paying. So she says, I'll have to have a word with my supervisor. I'll get her to call you back. Anyway, they did. And they let us, you know, we came off and we went with Sky. And we've been with Sky since. But I don't think they're that sparkling either, Sky. But BT broadband's a bit pricey, I think so. I don't know. I think best thing to do really is to keep swapping and changing suppliers. Well, if they've got an offer on for a year, go on to them and then, you know, change. But we were with Virgin before we went to Tesco. And Virgin, it was costing us £69 a month just for phone and not broadband, and it weren't fibre optics. And I says to him, I says, we shouldn't be paying all this money for broadband. Hi, Susan. Lovely to see you. Welcome. You've really got to keep an eye on these these companies, you know, and you take up an offer off the you know, you see them offering these things on TV. And you're with Sky, Sharon. I am. Have you got fibre optics as well? It's not bad. It's faster than it were. I mean, uploading videos is much easier, but or quicker, I should say. It's never been difficult for me with having this webcam. I couldn't. I don't think I could work with a phone. It's too complicated. Numbers are too small and screen's too small. Do you know what I mean? I need big screen. So yeah, it's been not bad, but I still think it could be better with Sky. But it's the best we've had so far, Sky broadband. But we have Sky TV as well, and you know, I think for what they want for Sky TV, for if you want movies or anything like that. I mean, Harry's not big into sports, thank God, but he does like to watch darts and he likes to watch football when it's on. And all the better matches of the football are obviously on Sky Sports, which you have to pay for. But he's been all right with darts. They've had the darts on, and he's been able to watch darts right through start to finish. And then recently he got into watching this darts. Hi, Cracky Kitty. He got into this match, this tournament of darts on normal telly, and all of a sudden, for I think it was for last four, like all through quarterfinals, semi-finals, and finals, it were on Sky Sports, and you got to pay for it. So he missed all that. He saw all preliminaries, and then couldn't watch others, and I think that's wrong. Yeah, I thought it might be Wendy. I think Claire, my daughter, is that they can afford it. You know, I mean, Glenn's in business and doing pretty well, but we couldn't afford to go to that expense for broadband. As nice as it would be, I don't think it's our cup of tea. So, what shall I do next? What shall I do next? I'll do some of this confetti. I think it's little bits at a time. It don't get boring too much, does it? So, eight. Yeah. Yeah, I'd be happy with these if they all fastened up properly. I mean, that one does. Stays shut. But there's a lot that don't. And the trouble is, if you leave them out of the actual box, all the rest fall over. And you've got to start picking them all up, see what you're doing. Oh dear. Ever happy, are we? Never happy. Mind you, it's nice to have something to moan about now and again, I think. I don't find it difficult to find reasons to moan. I don't. Good to have a good moan. Oh no, that's fine. I do that. Amber, I always like to work along rather than chatting bit. I just read it and listen and watch in between putting drills down. Usually when I'm doing my live, I end up doing no drilling, and I usually end up putting my drill down and starting later, which I probably will do. So they're my two telephone horror stories. But other than that, I mean, like I said, we've got Sky Broadband, Sky TV. We've only got small package because we like documentary channels. But I wouldn't mind Harry being able to have sports if it weren't so darned expensive, but they make it expensive. And I think they do that because they know guys like to watch sport, and I think that's wrong. But I mean, it's like I've got all these things I like to do, you know, interests, and I read. And now we don't have anything like that. I mean, that's why I'm glad we got this television for him, because he can see television better. You know, I mean, it's been told is because he's diabetic, they found now that he's developing cataracts. But it's at the moment they don't need any treatment. That you know, it does. Diabetes does play a part in you know, bringing your eyesight down and what have you. So we've got a nice big telly he can watch and he's comfortable with. He just can't watch what he wants to watch because you have to pay for it all. And I mean, flaming television licenses gone up, and it's not worth it when you're seeing repeats all the time. I think that's my biggest bugbear at flaming not watching television, because I've seen it all, and even what they repeat for me is not interesting. I'm picky. I'm picky what I watch. But then again, I'm not that bothered about television. I've never really been a couch potato, as it were, because I've always had some hobby or another to do. So I mean, I was doing cakes every day, cake decorating, and that, you know. Oh, I had a funny story about cake decorating. I should tell you. Oh, I don't know whether I have or not. I don't know if I've told you. I don't think I have. Right, I'm going to tell you anyway. I got this wedding cake to do, and it was a little bit on the fancy side. And it was lovely, and I were absolutely thrilled. I have to be really, really thrilled, otherwise I have to scrap it and start again. Because in my opinion, you know, somebody's paying good money out here for doing this, it's got to be right. And we are perfectionists in that sense. But anyway, this cake, it was a big oval bottom tier. I think it was a 12-inch oval bottom tier. It was a 9-inch round middle tier, and then it was a bell on top. And the bell was on pillars. And and it had all lace work, filigree, all in ice, in little tiny lace pieces I made, and they went all the way around the top of the head, bottom bell, and halfway up bell. These went all the way around. Oh, and they take forever to pipe out, and then you've got to let them dry, and oh, everything has to be done very delicately because they just break up. We touch them. So I got into all this trouble, made this cake, and it was gorgeous. And I think it was actually the mother of the bride that came to view it and pay me. But we always delivered, set it up, everything. So long as it was local, you know, we weren't going to go travelling to London or wherever to set things up. But I've done cakes for, I think I've done 2 for down London, done 1 for Gretna Green, Leeds. So, you know, they went around a few places. Anyway, I got this cake done, set it all up, and the bride's mum and dad came to view it. And, oh, they were delighted, absolutely. And I was glad because I were. I said, well, I like it, but, you know, I mean, I'm biased. But I do try to make sure that it's everything that's been asked for. Oh, she said, yes, it's and more. You're delighted. So that was that. She paid the money, and I said, well, we'll see you tomorrow. I'll deliver it. Blah, blah, blah. Set it all up. So they'd not been gone very long, and the cake was still set up because I'd not moved it for a reason. I don't remember what reason, but I just didn't leave it there for no reason, but I can't remember where I'd left it for. But anyway, I got 3 Springer Spaniels and the Lupe. Springer Spaniels are Lupe. And this cake was on the table, set up nicely. And Lottie, who was the youngest, most stupid dog, she came in and literally ran into the table leg. And this bell on top fell off and it rolled off the table. And all I can say is, thank God I had 2 chairs at back of the table pressed up to the wall, because that's where it stopped. It didn't go on the floor. But oh my God. And these frilly bits were outside. They were loads smashed. But me being me, I always had spares. I always had spares. I even take spares with me when I'm setting up, because you never know. So I've always got spares, and you know. Oh, I nearly died. And the thing was that the bell was an awkward shape to start with, for putting it in a box to keep it from sliding around, because the actual bell didn't have a protruding. The cakeboard didn't protrude. It literally was flush to the edge of the cakeboard. And that was the problem. But oh my God, can you imagine if that had have happened while they'd been, mind you, we used to shut dogs outside anyway because they were dickhead, they'd bark. They were never, didn't bite anybody or anything like that. They were just a dickhead. Oh, but this bloody wedding cake. I hit Julie. Oh my God. But I managed to repair it all, and everything was fine for taking it down to reception. But oh, can you imagine if I'd not done any spares? I'd only just got it no. Oh dear. But I laugh at it. I laugh at it now. I mean, when I think about it, I can. When I'm talking about it, I can see it happening. And it all happened in slow motion. It rolled in slow motion. Oh God, hilarious. I don't know. But I know a friend of mine actually was a girl I used to work with, her mum. She did cake decorating, and I got meet her because I was interested in cake decorating, but I was doing it. But so was Molly, and actually Alison was getting married, and her mother had made top top tier decoration. Oh God, it was gorgeous. Way out of my league then at that point, and because I'd not been doing it very long, but she'd been doing it some years. So oh, it was just stunning, and I said, "Oh God, oh, I could do with learning some pointers off your mum, you know, getting ideas off her. And she said, "Oh, I'm sure mum won't mind, you know." And she had a word with mum. She said, "Yeah, tell her she can call round any time." And they lived on a farm, and I used to go over, and we even used to go shopping to cake decorating shop and that together. She started taking me in her car, and then I said, "Oh, go in my car, save your petrol this week." And we became really good friends. And but I remember one day I'd called for some eggs because she used to get me eggs from them because they were guaranteed fresh eggs. And I got them at a bit of a discounted price anyway because we were friends. And while I was there one day, a woman come knocking on the door. Of course, Molly answered the door, and I'm sat there with a cup of tea in my hand. And Molly looked, she says, "Yeah, can I help you?" She says, "I've come to pick up cake." Molly says, "What cake?" Oh, bloody hell. And apparently this woman had inquired to Molly. She says, "I haven't done a cake. I haven't got any cakes ordered." She says, "I phoned you up and you said you would do it. I phoned you up for a price, that were it." And apparently all she'd said to Molly was, "Oh, okay." You know, that weren't okay, do it. That was just, "Oh, okay." You know, it could have been anything. "Okay, it's too expensive for me," or whatever. But the woman actually took that as an order. And as Molly said, I had no idea she wanted it. She didn't say, "Oh, yeah, that's fine. You know, do it." For a 40th wedding anniversary, she wanted it for. There was no she could do. She's not done it, and that were it. So, I mean, I would be so devastated if somebody come and knocked on my door and said, "I've come for me cake," and I've not done it. It's nearly happened, but it's never actually happened. I was doing, I think that were a 40th anniversary cake, actually. I knew I got it to do, but it was a sponge. Now, when I used to do cakes, if it was a fruit cake, I would do it weeks in advance, loads of brandy, and you could get drunk on my fruit cake. And but this lady, they didn't like fruit cake; they wanted sponge. And I thought it was for the following week, and this was about Wednesday. And Claire were asking me something about weekend, and I said, you know, we're talking. She says, "Oh, mind you've got a cake to do, haven't you, for weekend?" And I said, "No, it's next weekend." Claire says, "Are you sure?" I says, "I think so." But she made me stop and think, so I went and checked. And I said, "Oh my God, it's this week." So, of course, then I were at it up all night, making flowers and making me decorations for it. Jeez. Talk about bird brain. Got a nest in my head, not a brain. Are you going Wendy? Bye, darling. Thanks for coming. Hi, Cindy B. So that was an adventure with me cakes. Two two adventures. Although, as I say, I know one friend, her sister was getting married, and she wanted me to make the cake. But and I said yes, of course, I didn't mind. But she said, "My auntie's paying for cake, and she knows somebody that does wedding cakes." It were a bloke, and he supposedly worked in a bakery, and he was going to make the cake. So I said, "Well, fair enough, you know. I mean, obviously, if your auntie's paying for it, you've got to, I suppose, go with that." So that was that. Never thought any more about it. And then on the, oh, it were weeks after, and on the Thursday, oh, on the Wednesday, a sister rang me up and she said, how, how long do you leave it before you actually make a cake? So I said, I don't know what you mean. Well, you've got a wedding cake to do. How long is it before you start making it? So I says, well, I usually make it about 6 weeks or seven in advance. So I can put plenty of brandy in and let that do its job. And then sponge cakes, I do it sort of within the week of the approaching wedding. So she says, yeah, that's what I thought. I says, why? She says, well, this fella that's doing it, he's not done it yet. I says, oh dear. She says, oh, he's made them, but she says he hasn't, he hasn't iced it yet. I says, really? This is Wednesday, getting married on Saturday. No, he hadn't iced it. So I says, oh, crikey. I says, he's putting that fine a bit into. I says, how many tears is it? She says, 3. Oops. So, and she wanted fondant. She didn't want royal icing on it. She wanted fondant, which is that soft rollout icing. So it's the only icing I ever used. I didn't like using royal icing for anything really, apart from filigree work, which you've got to do. Anyway, she insisted that this guy brought this cake on the Thursday. She says, Pamela, I want that cake delivered to me Thursday by lunchtime. So, he says, I won't be able to do it that quick. It's not. The trouble is I'm having a problem getting my icing to dry. What? Fondant icing dry. Anyway, I arrived Thursday at 1 o'clock and she ushered me into lounge. All there is between me and the kitchen and this guy is an open door. He couldn't see me or know I was there, but well, he come out with some right rubbish. And he says, I've done it, but he says, don't blame me if you're not happy with it. It's because it's too warm. It won't, icing won't set. And I says, so that were it. And when I went in to have a look at this cake after he'd gone, I don't know whether you remember little, I forget what you call them now, but little silver balls that used to go on cakes years ago. Little hard silver sugar ball things. Anyway, it stuck them round here and there into icing. It were eagle eyes. I said, this has only been iced this morning. I can tell you now it's only been iced this morning. I could tell what feel of it. She says, has it? I said, yeah, this has just been iced. I said, this has not been stood any time at all. I said, it don't go hard, but I said it would be a little bit harder than what this is to touch. And it just shoved on it silk flowers. And I don't mean nice silk flowers. I mean pound shop type flowers. That's what he put on it. And he didn't even stick them down. He pulled the leaves off, like he got 3 leaves with a hole in the middle that he took off a wire, shoved that down, and then he put flower in the middle and it wouldn't stick because there was no icing to hold it. And that was the cake decorating he'd done. And she were in floods of tears and she says to me, is there anything you can do before Saturday? This is Thursday afternoon. I says, well, I'm not promising miracles, but I can certainly make it look better than it looks at the moment. And I sat up all Thursday night. I sat up making rose buds. I hadn't got time to make full roses because there was that much to be done. I've got to actually work on cake as well, you see, so I sat up all night, all night. But it were worth it. She were happy. And she, when she saw it, she was thrilled. I mean, I actually, what I ended up doing, because these bloody silly silver balls had stuck all over it, I just went round it with a, like, well, I'll tell you in a minute what I think. I did a crisscross pattern all round it with the thing. And then in where it went in, bit like yeah, a bit like a trellis. And where it actually, you know, on corners, I stuck one of these little balls in with a little bit of icing. And she couldn't believe it. She said, "Oh God, I weren't expecting that." And I says, "Well, I would have done you full flowers, but you know, I'm glad you're all right with rosebuds because I just didn't have time for it else. I had too many to make, you see, to do it, and they wouldn't have really set in time. They might have done if I'd have had it a day before. I'd have had another day for them to set properly. But he were making out that they just wouldn't set and everything were going wrong, and it's this, that, and other icing's fault." And I said, "It's only just ice. This is not just. This has not been stood with icing on it for a day or two. He was just lying through his teeth." And she says to me, "How much do you owe me? Do I owe you? I mean, do you owe me?" And I said, "Who's paying?" She says, "Well, my auntie will pay." I said, "Are you sure your auntie will pay? Has he had the money for this? Because if he's had the money, I'm not taking money off you. You know," I said, "if he's paying it or your auntie's paying it, that's fair enough." She said, "Well, we'll pay you and then we'll get back off my auntie." And I said, "But will you? Will you get it back?" She says, "Oh, yeah." So I took it, but I wouldn't have took it if I'd thought they were having to pay for it. Just the thought that he'd totally bodged it up, and apparently her auntie weren't right pleased when they found out what I'd had to do, what they'd had to get it off him, and because she'd not seen anything of it. She'd not, you know, she didn't even go and pick. I got cake books that you could look through to see what you wanted, you know. But he didn't have a look like that. He just got to have whatever he thought come up into his head. And I said, "He's not a cake decorator. Never has been, and at this rate he never will be." But you're a lovely lass, and I would have hated for a wedding day to be ruined for an idiot like that. And there are a few about. I'd have liked to have had a word with him, I would. But I weren't right upset apple cart for him. Yes, I'd have had a nice little word in his shell, like. All the time we were talking to him in there and making his excuses. Now I'm sat in lounge going, "Liar, liar, you liar." Oh, it took all my strength to not get up and walk into the kitchen and confront him. I don't know. There are people out there that are very unscrupulous, you know. Take your money off you. I actually got one of the wedding cakes I did was down London, and it was actually an Indian couple that had been married in, well, I'm saying Indian couple. It was an Indian girl and an English guy. And they got married in India first. Been over there, got married in India, had an Indian wedding. And then they wanted an English wedding as well. But she got married in registry office here. They didn't have a church wedding because they'd already been and got married. And I did the cake. And it were actually my cake decorating tutor that got me that order. And she sort of told me, you know, they told me a guy come to see us. It went, she didn't come, I don't think. Yeah, I can't remember. Anyway, told me more or less what they wanted, and it had all got to be sponge. They don't eat fruitcake, they can't have alcohol, blah, blah, blah. I said, fine, anything, fine, whatever you want, you know, just let me know and I'll do it. So I did them this cake, and then she said, how much? And I said, £200. And she looked at me, gone out. And I thought, oh, dear, do you think I'm overcharging? She says, £200. I said, yeah. She says, are you sure? She says, something like that. It'd be about £600 in London. I thought, bloody hell, I wish you'd told me that before I give you a price. No idea. What about doing a decorated egg? Polystyrene egg with ribbon. Easter egg. Or make a little Easter basket and put a cream egg in. Come on, Jane, you're up for that. I know you are. I just know you can do that. You're brilliant at paper crafts. Well, you can just make a little basket then and put a cream egg in a paper basket. You make it a little square basket, so it's a box without a lid, a little handle on, a couple of little flowers, paper flowers. There you go, you've got your little egg. And in pound shops, Jane, they're selling paper straw, you know, in a bag of paper straw. Share that out and make it a little nesty egg, and, you know, for egg. Oh, last week, oh, bloody hell. Yeah, come on, hit that like button, folks. We've got 15 in the house. Or an Easter card. A pop-up Easter card. What about that? You did a book folding today, did you? Hmm. Wow. You're going well with that one then, Amber? I don't know what else to think of, Jane. Yeah. Card, an Easter card. Pop-up or whatever. I've got some little egg dyes I got from, I can't remember where I got it from now. I'll tell you who bought them, and I asked her where she got them from. That was, oh, I can't think of her name. Angie Beaumont. She got them other year, and I thought, oh, they're brilliant because they were all different sizes. And she told me where she got them from, and I went and had a look and got some. And they were, I don't know, there's 5 sizes and a frilly one. It's scalloped, I should say, not frilly. I've got drinking chocolate, look, peeps. Mmm, nom, 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 nom. Oh, you've got to get some more bought then. Oh, I've got loads waiting to be done. I've got some on order. Oh, Caroline, is Caroline still with us? Has she got? Did you get that link, Caroline, for those 5 sets? They were cheap. They were £8.58 or £8.59. I paid for a set of 5. But it's like butterflies, and they go smaller, bigger, bigger. You know what I mean? 2 smaller, then 2 bigger ones, and then a big one in the middle. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh no, I've got single cream in it. I don't buy squirty cream. I'm not that fussy about it, to be honest. I like pouring cream, and no, unless I can get Haribo marshmallows, I don't bother because cheap ones aren't nice. I do like marshmallows in it normally, but I thought you might have gone for that big tree, you know, the very big tree, because I thought that one was lovely, and I thought about you when I saw that one actually. Oh, blooming out from China. How long have you been waiting for them, Amber? Because it takes forever. Oh, it does. It takes forever from China. This one was quite a long while before it came. I thought you might do. I like that one. I do. I nearly. I like that one, and I like that beach one as well. You know, I've ordered a couple of bits from eBay that's coming from China, and it says delivery between, I think it was 19th of April and 9th of June. Where did they go? June. I thought, you don't want to be serious. Bloody June. Not waiting now that long for if that they can have it back. Yeah, I know. Weird. No, I'm not waiting while June. If it's not come by sort of mid-May, I shall cancel orders. I don't bother. But I've had things as quick as a week from China. And if one can do it, I don't know why they can't all, and it will post free. So I don't know why they can't all get them that quick.
They shipped out on a slow boat.
I think they do. I think they save them all for slow boats, Harry. But I'm in June. No, I could. Oh, did you see it dip? Did you watch it then? It dipped. It does. Don't have to be touching it. It'll just dip. Yeah. But you can order stuff from anywhere and still, I mean, I think, mind you, I think Canada's got same postal people as for abroad for international post, because I've been waiting for something from Nola for ages now, and I know she's posted it off weeks and weeks ago, and it's still not come. Okay, okay, and we'll wait. We'll be still here. July, chuffy now. Yeah, this is it, isn't it? I mean, you might even forget what you flaming ordered. It might arrive in July and thought, crap, when did I order this? I don't remember in ordering this. Oh, you got one from AliExpress sale. What is it, Cindy? Oh, February. That is ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, like I say, I've had stuff from AliExpress that's arrived in a week. And I don't mind even 2 and 3 weeks and possibly 4. But I think when they're stretching it to 60 to 90 days, 90 days is 3 months. That is not on. No, you could bloody walk there and fetch it and walk back. Ooh, that'd be nice. 40 by 60. Oh, wow. Oh, that could be beautiful. Yeah, I mean, our post is not bad. I've got stuff that's come from China, and I've had emails to say that it's landed in the country of destination, which means it's here. But between here and or there, wherever here is, in England and here, it all depends. It's gone to distribution centre in country of origin, country of destination, sorry. So I should be, in fact, I've had several this week that said that, and I've not had no post now. Didn't get none Saturday. We've not had any today. We didn't haven't got any Friday. Harry got something, but I didn't. So, you know, we keep telling you about posts and all that, but no, it's very bad. It is. Oh, look at my baby. It's beautiful. Beautiful. I'm not going to get him finished nattering, am I? But I like a bit of a break. Oh. I think while I'm having my cup of chocolate, I'm going to have a bite. Anybody want one? Oh, did you, Jane? Oh, my God. Not done mine yet. Well, I've sort of got it half done. I will try and get it finished tomorrow. I was going to do it. I was going to get that done and something towards me, what they call it, me water feature. And then Rosie dragged all the skin off the back of my hand again, just as I was prepping to cut her clothes. Well, I hope you do, because, you know, it's terrible if you sat waiting for stuff. I hate that. I mean, I'm fairly patient, but I think when it gets to, we're talking lots of weeks, patience gets a little bit thin on the ground for me. Oh, you might do then. You might get 1 or 2. I can't see why there'd be that much change. I'll tell you something else that was pointed out, Julie, as well. It was the EU that made us go into the value added tax. So does that mean when we come out of the EU, we won't have to pay value added tax anymore? I don't think so, somehow. That they're talking. Now then, Harry's seen it on Facebook that somebody, some judge or lawyer or somebody has said, we are actually officially out of Europe as of the 29th of March. We're officially out. So why are they doing all these negotiations? And who said we wanted a deal in first place? We wanted out. That were it. We didn't want any ties with Europe. And she's tying us up in such a fashion that we're not actually leaving Europe. That's what this deal's all about. And that's not good. You know, they didn't ask us whether we wanted to come out with a deal or without a deal. Yeah. And you never know, they might send you too, Cindy. That's happened to me, though, I must admit. Mine still says that in country of origin, and I've had it delivered. So, yeah, you can't always go with Chinese tracking. Oh, dear. But I think sometimes, you know, I'm sure I've had stuff doubled up. Well, I think I did. I think I did with that, you know, that cute little bird thing. Oh, I know where I were going to start. This one, I got this, and I'm pretty sure I didn't order this twice. I've done one, but that one, I don't remember ordering that twice. But I'll do it, and I'll frame it, and I'll put it on Facebook Marketplace and sell it that way, or on Facebook on my group page. If anybody wants to join my Facebook group page, it's Rosie Posey Crafts on Facebook. Well, it is, Jane. I mean, I've said that. I mean, I was married when we actually joined the Common Market, as it was called then, and nothing was going to be any more expensive. Well, that were a lie. That were a blatant lie. Everything went up. And I don't mean just pennies, it went up a lot. We lost a lot of our own coinage. Oh, you need to be sure. Is it a Horcan? Horcan is dreadful. Although I have had a few off this one, but it's definitely not been as bad as the other one I had. Yeah, I mean, when I was first married, we weren't in European market, and I could go to butchers. All right, 1970. I could go to butchers. I could buy a nice big piece of beef for 10 shillings. That's 50 pence, people. We're going to get, I mean, I go to butchers now. Well, I don't go to butchers, I go to supermarkets. Hardly see any real butchers anymore. And you're looking at £6 and £7 and £8 for a decent piece of meat. Did you, Susan? Have you got a channel where I can go and have a look? Have you got it on your channel, Susan Z? Oh, it's not Horcan. Oh, well, it might be all right then. I think it's really basically just been bulk Horcan that's been a problem, isn't it, really? I'm just looking at, ow. I'm just looking here and here. There's a hell of a lot of black. And I'm looking on here and it's not black at all. It's greenery with a little bit of black. I don't know. That's what I had the problem with my Lily's one. It was heartbreaking, really, because it was just so hard, such hard work, and it does put you off somewhat. These are there are a few that are pushing up, but down. But that little one I've just showed you earlier, the cat. What I did, I took it in craft room and gave it a good go over with rolling pin, and then I got me watered down Mod Podge and I coated it with that, left it overnight, bone dried next day, and ready for it, went in frame lovely. And it is literally cut right up to the edge of the drills. There's no excess or anywhere all the way around it. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I don't see if some sellers can get them that quick to you, then I can't understand why others don't. I know I don't. Well, we don't have lamb because Harry don't like it. I rarely buy anything like that now. We might occasionally have a chicken, but I don't. Certainly don't. Certainly don't. I don't do dinners now very often. We go out. I mean, if you're going to pay 8 or 10, it's different for you. You've got a bigger family than us, and obviously they eat more than we do. I eat like a bird, and Harry he does eat reasonable, but you know, we can go out and get 2 meals for a tenner, and that's without having to cook it and washing up after. And it's not that I don't like cooking because I've always loved cooking, but oh, it's a shame. I would have loved to have seen it. It would have been nice to see that. Is it the same picture as this one as well, Susan? I think it's gorgeous. I'm really pleased with it, but there are a few that are a little bit wayward. But if I see a really bad one, I'll like that one. I take it out and find another and put that in. But I did one with Lynn Noakes. Sent me one. It was tigers, but it was a partial, and I thought, oh, I'm not really a big partial fan. But when I did it, in actual fact, it was quite nice. And the fact that it was mother and cub, it sort of it popped out at you off the canvas because it was just the animals that was drilled. So it did look nice. But even this one, eyes look a little bit. What are we doing? See what's happening with this eye? Even this one with the eyes look a little bit, I don't know, a bit weird. E, what number's E? I've got a missing drill 25. Light brown. I've got some odds and ends here that one that have come out, so I match them up. That's it. I match them up and put them in. There we go. Oh, I've got another P missing there. This fine. I don't know why suddenly they all start appearing little holes. P number 9. Number 9. Oh, get over there. Where's all me? 19. 20. I don't know. They're all over the place. Things at the minute. 29. They do exactly what they want, these things. But I don't like how they don't fasten down properly, these tic-tac things. Oh, well, if I see which it is then, Susan, I'll look on somebody else. On other, you know. Because, I mean, I've realised that Peggy Buy and New Frog at the same place. They have the same offers, and yet one cheaper than other, but the same. Oh, Caroline's put you a link up to my Facebook page and group page. If you want to go and join and post your pictures in there, that'd be nice. I saw a really nice, I'm not sure if it's a snow leopard or a snow tiger actually, on the fives, the one that's got five that I bought. I bought one the other day, a 5-piece one, and there's a big white cat on that. As I say, I don't know whether it's a leopard or a tiger, but it's a lovely big one because it's got 5 pieces. You go from a big one in the middle and then 2 medium and then 2 smaller at either side. I can't believe how cheap they were for a 5-piecer. I think it said proper price was something like £16. So they must have been half price. Let me stick another couple of these on. I forgot what number I'm on. 19. Oh, X's. X marks the spot. I've treated myself to another diamond painting pen from China. I'm waiting till Rachel's got some new ones in. I'm not fussy about the unicorn things, and I'm not into unicorns and all that, but I like that one Caroline got. That looks really sturdy one. These are very, I don't know. I think it's going to bend under me in any time. If you've got to press on a little bit to get them in, it feels like it's going to break. And I tried converting that biro that Jane bought for me. I'm talking about the Welsh one, Jane, that you sent me. I love that pen. And it ran out and I couldn't find anywhere to get any proper refills for it. So I thought, oh, diamond painting pen, be brilliant. But unfortunately, it wouldn't let me get the thing in, the little tiny brass nib. It just wasn't big enough. And I ended up just cracking bottom bit of pen at bottom. So and a small piece because I didn't realize, I thought it was metal actually, and I didn't realize it was plastic, and of course it cracked, and then a little tiny piece come out. So but I'm hoping to get one off Rachel when she gets the other ones in, the pretty ones, because they're a bit more sturdy, aren't they, than these. That one Caroline's got's lovely. I saw somebody else has got, in fact, I joined a group this morning, and they do diamond pens as well. But I can't make my mind up if you can order them or if you've got to. Sorry, if you can just buy one, or if you've got to order it in advance as they make them. But I'll have to put that to them sometime. But meanwhile, I say I've bought a cheap one from. I've ordered a cheap one from China. But of course, cheap doesn't always pay, does it? It's all right getting cheap and cheerful, but you could end up, everything could end up being a total waste of money if they break easy. Oops, that's upside down. Could feel it rocking underneath. Oh, see, look, straight down on my knee. Spills, we have spills. Oh, I go round on my hands and knees every night when I've been doing this and fixing them all up. Mind you, I've got a bit of a blanket on my chair because last night Harry put some daisy oil on Rosie. My Aunt Margaret from Australia sent it me. Try this daisy oil on her skin. Apparently it's supposed to be really good, which Harry put some on the day before, and he said it seems to have been doing her a little bit of good. So I thought, oh, that's only can be a good thing. But of course, she wanted up on my knee, and before I knew that she'd got this oil on her, I picked her up. And of course, I've got a new three-piece suite, haven't I? And I got a bit of an oil slick on my arm, in my chair. But fortunately, it's not done too big a mess. So I've got a blanket now, and I've got it spread under where I'm sat and over both arms. So if she wants to come and sit on my knee, she can. She loves to sit with me. And I like her sitting with me as well. It's nice. We have cuddles. We have cuddles at bedtime. When I go to bed, we have cuddles, and then she'll get between me and Harry for a bit while I'm reading. That's cuddles with Daddy, and then as soon as light goes off, she's down into her own little bed. Not very often she'll stay on bed at night. We don't mind, but she don't bother. I swear I've just seen. Oh, yeah, there, look. We don't mind if she sleeps on bed. Man, it's not like having a great day in bed, is it? Having a little West She don't take much room up. Although I think she tends to have. You're not having the same problem with that, are you?
Next to the money.
Ah, no. So does it need to go back again?
No, it's not busted. It's just that.
All right.
Seems a bit wrong shape.
I thought his chair had collapsed again because we had to send it back. They did it straight away, like, but it's not good if it's going to keep doing it. But it's not that, so he says. So we're not going to worry. Oh, he's putting some oil on now. It smells quite nice, actually, this daisy oil. I've never heard of it before, but she put it on her little doggy. We got a bit of an itch, and she only used it once, and she said it was gone. Never bothered him again, but I don't think it could have been what Rosie's got. You know, it might do a skin good. A bit of oil helps anyway. I tried giving her some sardines other night because I like sardines. I don't eat like that, but I like sardines on toast. And I saved a bit for her. I thought, because fish oil's good for her. But turned her nose up at it. But you know, when Harry gave her some salmon, you turn her nose up at salmon. Little minx. Oh, I can smell it from here, that. Are you going, Laura? We'll be over to yours shortly. See you later, sweetie. Bye, darling. Yes, don't forget, it's Laura's live later. One of her, I would poke my head in and say, just call in to give 5 minutes before I go to bed. Because it's quite late. It is. Now, I've just seen some more exes, and I forget where I've seen them. Now, Tracy's not been tonight either, actually, and I know she didn't go to Caroline's. I think Caroline, she did say, hi, Tammy. I think Caroline did say that she weren't going to be around, that Tracy did say that she weren't going to be around this weekend. So I don't know whether she's gone away or something, but I'm sure I heard her. I'm sure she said that she weren't going to be around this weekend. She was doing something or going somewhere. I just don't remember exactly. So, oh. Let's get a different colour. I'm getting bored with that brown. Oh. Let's do some black. Right, let me find a nice little tidy one and see. Oh, that fits much better. Oh, you can tell straight away. Much better, oh. Much better. That's that one. So, oh, I thought of something that just gone straight out my head. I ate that. I ate it. I was just going to say something and it's gone. That's it. Forgotten. Oh, that's happening a lot lately. Oh my goodness. It's called old age, you know. Oh, that looks a bit dodgy. I had last night, I was doing some of this last night, and I put one down and I thought, that looks peculiar. And when I lifted it off again, and it had literally got a thin wing at the side of it, exactly the same size, or it was like a thin piece of plastic there. I just cut plastic off and it fit lovely. Talk about scrimp and scrape. Where were I? Where you went? Yeah, it was just a piece of plastic that was, I don't know, just on edge. And I cut it off and it fit lovely after that. But you know, I always think, especially with the more expensive diamond paintings as well, you know, like Evershore and Evershore, Evermoment, them sort of people, Diamond Art Club, their drills seem to be spot on, no problem. So, hi Sarah. Oh, I'll sort that out for you, Sarah, in a bit. They always manage to put decent drills in their paintings. So why can't other companies do the same? Are there some ramshackle people that don't like look at that one either? That looks huge to the side of that. We'll see. I don't know why it is. You'd think that they'd all be able to get buy them from same company who makes them, these drills. But I've never heard anybody really complain about anything that's it isn't it, Sarah? I'm loving it. I'm really pleased with it. You never hear of any people complaining about the better companies and the drills. And yet I always thought, I always thought, I've not been diamond painting long enough to always think anything, but what I have heard of from different people, I assumed, that is more like it, I assumed that Hurricane was one of the better companies until I got that bad vase of lilies one. But yeah, why can't they? I mean, even Hurricane, if you're wanting a bit bigger one, this to me is my favourite size, I've got to be honest. I'm comfortable with this. I wouldn't mind if it were 50 by 50. I wouldn't want it much bigger. I know I've got that big dragon, and that is huge. But it's not all diamond painting, it's partial, and it's a special. And I have got an idea how I'm going to frame that one. There is something wrong with that one, you know. I thought there were. Try and get that off. That is massive. Let me see. I'm experimenting, peeps. I don't know whether you can see where I put that. Oh, yeah, there is a difference. Oh, get on. There. Not on my finger. Oh, you little monkey. Look at that. Right. Oh, got straight down. Just a minute. I'll have to do it on here. We'll wait. Come back. I'm going to bring this up to camera to you if I can. If I get the darn thing to stay still. Get over. Turn over. Over. That way. All right. Now, on here they look pretty much the same, but this one at this side, well, let me get it so it doesn't slide. This one at this side is ever so slightly bigger. Actually, I think you can see it on there, but this one is ever so slightly bigger than that one. And that one can throw the whole picture out. Oh, Amber. Oh, I hope he's all right. Oh, bless you. Oh, I am sorry. I hope he feels better soon, Amber. That's awful. And I hope he's not hurt himself. Yes, so that one has got to go over there. Right, I just tipped everything. Oh, his oven's out onto the mat I've got. Well, we'll keep sending him some prayers, Amber, so that, you know, not nice when somebody's ill. Accidents are awful, even though they can't be helped most of the time. I hope you can find all your drills. Yikes. I wouldn't like having to sort them out if they're all mixed. Oh, can you imagine that? Oh, my lordy. What a job. It's frightening though, and people, you know, do fall down and have accidents and things, and seizures. It's bad enough just, you know, collapsing, but seizures are bad. Oh, thank goodness for that. I got visions of all your colours being mixed. That would have been awful. Oh, really, I feel sick at the thoughts of that. I do. And I usually end up catching my tray and knocking everything up in air. And that's the only reason I'm a bit thingy about these boxes, because if I once I put them away and I put the lid down and I fasten it down, they can't fall out, which is a good thing. But if I happen to knock this box on floor and these little boxes fall out and the top of the thing's not, then you've got drills all over the place. So I wish I could get one of them. I'm not sure if they don't call them something like harbour storage boxes or something, but they're really good. It'd be too expensive to ship them over here, I would think. But I know that Diamond Painting with Anxiety said she got hers on Amazon, but she's American, so their Amazon's slightly different to ours, isn't it? You know, I think their stuff, although I know you can buy stuff from America, but usually the shipping is a big bugbear there. But I've got two of these. I've got three of these actually, these boxes. So I'm going to make two all good ones out of all that I've got, put all the loose lidded ones into the other one, and then I'll just replace them as and when, stick a couple on order, because you can buy them individually from AliExpress. The little Tic Tac boxes, so I'll probably just replace them, you know, a few at a time till I get like 3 good ones. Because these you can just get get your kit set up and put them to one side then till you're ready for them. That's what I like about these. And because there's 64 boxes in each one of these, you know, you can have 2 kits set up. Just put a piece of cardboard between the two, you know. I've been promising myself I would do these big, you know, where there's a lot of the same colour. I'd do them checkerboard, but I forget. I thought, I've started now, so I'm not bothered. Oh, that's wanting to go on the wrong way. It's better. I'm going to have to get Jane's box ready and Julie's box ready. Now, 2 amigos stuck together. And I've got to bake. Got to bake my buns for Sunday because we've got visitors coming. That another one that's gone on. Oh no, that's That's right, it looks round. I've got my little visitor coming on Sunday. Not seen him for ages. I know she's been busy though. Oh, that doesn't want to go on there. Wrong one. I think I'm going into zombie mode. Not watching what I'm doing. I had a couple of things I was going to talk about tonight. And one I've done, I will telephone carry on. I forgot what the one were. I'm going to have to start writing things down. Because I tried to think of different funny experiences that we've had. You know, we've been on holidays and places and reminisce. Like, you know, you go to Harry and I have been to Fuerteventura a couple of times. We were at that particular time. We were both. I was walking as well as Harry. I could walk all right, and used to walk around. But a big, there's like a big pier. No, it's not a pier as such. It's a dock, really. Fred Olsen ferry that goes across to Lanzarote, and you can see Lanzarote from there. You can nearly spit that far. It's that close, really. And there's just nice little rippling waves, and Harry's thinking it's like a typhoon. What dangerous, that boat's gonna sink. And it's just normal little waves. But as we walk round, there's one place, and just before you get to docks, it's like where all restaurants and things are, and bars, and it's on a corner, and there's a bench. And every time we went past this bench, which were most days, there were always a group of elderly gents sat there. And Harry's always thinking silly names up for different things, and everybody gets a name eventually once he gets to know them. I mean, our Janie, she's Cuddles, and Julie's Betty Boop, and Anne he calls Borag, and she hates it. But he got calling this here bench Pensioners Row, because these old chaps sat on this bench. And he says, just think, he says, one day we'll be able to go and sit on our bench. Oh, dearie me. He were watching he's been watching some various destinations on television, you know, where they've got really lovely picturesque scenery and what have you. and they were a bit of a film on about First Ventura, and they were watching it. Oh, it's just wonder if pensioners were all still here. And sure enough, it were. Oh my God. I don't think we'll be going abroad again. Both of passports have run out, and it's just too darned expensive now to replace your passport. When I think, quite honestly, I think they should give you a passport. If you're British, they should give you a passport to say you're British. You don't have to buy it. Pay enough for everything else. I mean, I had heard at one stage, and I don't know how true it was, but they were talking about trying to abolish television license. And I said, well, I think they should, because all rubbish that they put on is not worth watching. It's certainly not worth paying £150 for, or whatever else it is. I mean, we've still got a ways to go before we get a free television license. Is it 75, Harry?
What?
Is it 75 to get your free television license?
Marvin.
Yeah, so you see, I've got another 8 years to go before I get my free TV license. We got it while my mum was living with us, and we got it when we were living at Harry's mum's, because his mum was, you know, qualified. But it would be nice to go abroad again. Just sort of like I wouldn't say a last fling, but yeah, you know, one good holiday, one nice big good holiday would be lovely. But I doubt we will. We'll see. I mean, I would love to go on another cruise. I would dearly love to go on a cruise. And even Harry's sort of, much as he hates water, you know, he said, oh, I'd right fancy that. So it'd be all right on a boat. Frightened to get him back in case it sinks.
Well, if I can take the motor wings with me,
I don't know whether any of you heard that, but it says only if he can take his water wings with him. Oh dear. I mean, when we went, it was really rough coming over Atlantic from Caribbean back to Europe. Well, we went to Madeira first, and then into Spanish waters and that. But oh dear. I don't know. Very does he's terrified of boats. Ferries, oh dearie me. But yeah, we went on one. It was the foot ferry, it wasn't the motor, you couldn't take your cars on. When we were going up, we'd had a crash on motorway. Not our fault. They crashed into us. Pushed our car into Central Reservation. And so we had to get a hire car to take us back home. We were actually on his way down to England to visit Mum. I had to ring her up and explain to her that we'd been involved in a car accident, but we're fine. Before you get worried, we're fine, not hurt. Oh, dear me. You try telling a 70-odd-year-old pensioner that's half got Alzheimer's that he just had a car accident, he can't get there. It ain't easy. We had to get a hire car to take us back. But it was going to cost us to take this hire car over the water to Orkney, where we were living. So we contacted the company and said, can we leave it at John O'Groats to save your people having to go over the water to fetch it to bring it back? And they said yes, they could do that. So that's what we decided to do. And we rang Harry's brother and asked if they would pick us up at Berwick ferry station thing. And Pam came and she says she watched the ferry coming across the water, and every now and then boat would disappear down below waves, and believe you me, I was terrified. Never in my life have I been frightened on a boat before that. Not even coming across the Atlantic, not the slightest bit, but that, because we'd heard tell that that boat was actually two boats stuck, joined together. And if you know, if you've got a decent welding bloke, you're all right. But if welder weren't very good at his job, you know, he could be in trouble.
Made a super glue elastic.
Yeah, made a super glue and elastic. Yeah, so but it was strange because there wasn't actually supposed to be a ferry crossing at that time, except that there were two coach loads of American tourists that were wanting to go to Orkney, and they brought them to John O'Groats ferry. And of course, the coach didn't go over; they'd be met at the other side by another coach, and they were excited and quite noisy. But there were a lot of them. I'm not being rude. I don't mean to sound, they were just all excited. They'd never been before. We could understand the excitement of it because we'd been there. We lived there then. And when I went up, first time I went up, I weren't really looking forward to it, but wow, I loved it when we went up. And but as soon as we got going across the water, and it was really, really rough, really rough. Pentland Skerries, as it's called, is one of the roughest crossings in the world for for ferries, and it was only a little boat, really. And it went from quite noisy, setting off, and all excitement, and everybody were chattering together, and Harry and I as well. We were discussing how upset we were because car had been written off and all that. Until we got going, and we just got into the roughest part, and you could have nearly heard a pin drop. It went deadly quiet. Everybody really went quiet. And at one point, I don't know whether it was Harry, I can't remember, or somebody asking how we're going to make it to one of bloody sailors, one of the blokes that worked on ferry. We'll make it all right, he says. I'm not taking your word for it, mate. I was so frightened, I was near to tears, I'll tell you. And Harry were like a rock. He was just so, inside he wasn't, but he could feel my worry. Might have been Julie knowing my luck. But because I was so frightened, he sort of calmed me down and kept me an old time inside. He's feeling the same as I am. So
Danger. I laugh at danger.
I tell you what, I've never been happier to get off a boat in my life, and I would never ever go back on that boat again. Never ever. I wouldn't. and anybody with any sense wouldn't as well. It just felt wrong. It just weren't right. The big ferry boat weren't going. That weren't crossing the car ferry, and their crossing wasn't as bad as where John O'Groats ferry was.
Engine blow.
It was, they got engine troubles apparently, but in any case, the St Margaret's Hope ferry, if it was rough, they didn't go. They you know, they'd stop sailings. And the same with the Kirkwall sailing as well, and Stromness. They all cancelled crossings if it was rough. And you could always see Pentland Venture going across. You know, it weren't very often they cancelled, but it was scary. It was scary for my liking. I won't do it again, ever. I wouldn't. Oh well, that's got that little bit done. Another little bit filled in. Well, funnily enough, on the ship, when we went on the cruise, it was good, and I didn't get any motion sickness at all. But coming back, sorry, I'm saying coming back, we flew out to Barbados on the cruise, and we picked up the ship in Barbados, and then we did a tour of St. Lucia, St. Kitts, Antigua, Antigua, and Grenada. And then we came across the Atlantic. The cruise was an 18-night cruise because it was a repositioning of the ship. The ship was going in for a complete overhaul and change. It was very rough coming over the water, over the Atlantic, into Madeira. We're supposed to have reached Madeira by 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Connection's not safe. Anybody? Or have I gone offline? Anybody? Am I not on? Did I go offline, Caroline? I am on, yeah, but I don't. Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm back. Did I go off? I had a message come up that my connection was not safe and that we'll try and reconnect you. I didn't know. Yeah, so it said. I didn't realise. I weren't sure. Yeah, so what I was saying was that the reason our captain didn't use the stabilizers, because we were already late, due to the storm that had held us back, and we had to be in Madeira, supposed to be in Madeira for 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a particular day, and we didn't actually get there while about 10 o'clock at night. So we stayed in port overnight. We had a walk out into Funchal, had a nice walk around the it's not a pier, but it's a promenade area, really pretty, all lit up, and there were boats that were restaurants and everything, although we had just eaten on board ship. And we were just glad to get on solid ground, if you like. I know my husband at the time was very, very ill. He was also, we discovered he was suffering from Meniere's disease, which is a balance thing in her ear. And he was really poorly all that time while we were traveling over from Caribbean back to Madeira. It weren't bad after that. It got better. But that 3 days, because we were 3 days at sea with nothing else, and oh, it were really bad, really bad. But it spoilt it for us as well, you know. But you can't help the weather. And I mean, it was February. We went February, so That'd be rough, wouldn't it, really? Winter in Spain. But we went to Cartagena, Cadiz, Madeira. Went to Madeira, then we went to Cartagena, Cadiz, and Torremolinos, and then we went round to Palma in Mallorca, where we disembarked and flew home. Yeah. I didn't. Nothing happened with me. I'm waving at myself like this on screen, but nobody was. And I thought, oh, after I got this message up, I thought, oh dear, I've still got everybody. Yeah. It depends on cruise you go on, though, Sarah. I mean, if you flew out not just on a Caribbean cruise, you don't have any of them kind of problems. Really, it's too big. It's too big a ship for you to feel it, unless, like I say, unless you're going out on open sea. But just round Caribbean, used to sail at night because you were nearly always in bed when we could disembark after, I think, about 10 o'clock in the morning, and we had to be back on the ship by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, which gave you a good 5 hours on land, and you could do a lot in 5 hours, because on some of the smaller islands there's not a lot you can do. I thought Antigua was absolutely amazing, even though we didn't see much. We just went and laid on beach. Oh, that beach, it was to die for. It was gorgeous. It was red hot, clean, the sea was blue, and oh, it were amazing. Picture postcard, definite. I loved it there. I would go there for a holiday, but it's extremely expensive. And as for St. Lucia, I was disgusted with it. And oh, that's what I was thinking about as well, thinking about that. Now, somebody was on about Paris. They would love to go to Paris. I don't know it where. Well, all I can say is I hope it's better than when we went. All right, Caroline, bye. See you later. Take care, okay? Bye for now. Yeah, Paris. We went to Paris, and it's the dirtiest place I've ever been to. It's awful. Yuck. Didn't like Paris one iota. We had a pair of drivers on we went by coach, and they were bothered about making money off everybody on coach. They were real Jack the lads. One of them, it was the younger one of the two, nearly ended up having a brawl with a Frenchman driver. He was tooting him and, honking on his tooter, and oh my word, driver just stopped his van in the middle of the road, got out, and right in the doorway at bus. We've got babies on bus, little kiddies. They're doing some swearing, and we're all going, oh, what's your language? Got kiddies on bus, but he weren't bothered. And we pulled up to Moulin Rouge, and there's a cafe. There's the actual theatre. There's a cafe at the side, which is all part of the place, and a little tiny corner gift shop. And we watched our driver go in there, and she handed in a great big roll of notes in payment for us stopping there. So we went and bought. People go in each shop to buy souvenirs. We went in the cafe, and I use that term very loosely. They call chips crisps. Sorry, if we call chips, they call them fries. And Ernie and I just bought one tea plate, and I'm talking like your tea plate size of chips, and it was, oh God, how much for it now? It was something like €5, and there were about a dozen chips on this plate, and we just looked at them, gone out. Absolutely, €2 for an apple. Are you crazy? So a lot of people just got out, walked out, and went and ate somewhere else, and then we got back to coach before he took us to his hotel, and then we went on a boat ride on the Seine, just below the Eiffel Tower. Oh, it's a scruffy place, absolutely scruffy. I'd never ever go back to Paris. I was disappointed, disgusted even. Just that bad. It was rubbish. So that spoiled it for me because I've been to Belgium and I love Belgium. And I went to Belgium when I was at school. I was 13. Went to a place called Blankenberg. And on that trip, we went to Ghent. And we went to a place, and I can't remember what they call it. And in fact, I don't know whether that was Ghent. But there was this place, and they were there'd been a battle between British and French, or Belgians, or whatever. And it was like when you went in this room, it was a big window, and it was sort of like that is sloped. Is what I'm looking for. And there was a guy in there, and he was just using different coloured sand. It was a huge place, huge room behind this glass, and he did this fabulous picture in coloured sand. And he'd done a lot of it before we got there, and he was still doing it when we got there. And it was amazing, absolutely amazing. I loved it there, and we had a really good time. Girls, mind you, we went walking the beach and went in totally opposite direction. We thought town were that way and beach were that way, and in actual fact, town was that way, but beach were only just up back from town, and we didn't know. And we saw two policemen and didn't know how to ask. None of us could speak French or Flemish, because I think it's Flemish, isn't it, in Belgium? So I don't know. Anyway, peeps, it's we've been on 2 hours, 48 minutes. I'm gonna sign off now because it will be time for Laura's live shortly, and I would like to get on Laura's live before I have to go to bed. So thank you all so very much for being with me tonight, and I really enjoyed chatting with you and seeing your comments and everything. So yeah, I really appreciate you coming on. Don't forget, it's live every Monday at 7:30, and 7:30, and Caroline's at, I think it's 8 o'clock on a Sunday. So bye-bye for now, everyone. Good night. God bless. And we'll speak again very soon. Bye, folks, and thanks.